Welcome to Girl, I Got Questions TV.
For the woman who's trying to pull it together and figure it out. And child, listen, we are figuring it out right along with you. I am Shana Berkeley. I'm your neighborhood stylist, your stylist next door, here to teach you how to rock the trends in your real world.
I am Yasmine Williams-Woods. I help women conquer life and everything it throws at them by leveraging the courageous love of Jesus.
Yes. So before we even get into it, I want us to see, does this skirt look familiar, this little pattern?
Yes.
Does it? Because I actually wore the jacket to this skirt in a past episode.
And that was one of my favorite outfits that you wore on the show. You with the yellow?
Yes. I just want to throw it out there in case anybody was going to ask. Yes, it is.
So I think that was maybe 4 episodes ago. Just go look for the thumbnail with the yellow hat. Watch it. You'll love the outfit and the show.
Oh, thanks. Yes, so we'll chat more about that in the fashion segment. But I just wanted to throw it out there before we got into our question of the day.
Yeah, and also though, go ahead right now. Click the subscribe button. Click the bell too. So every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. you'll get a little reminder like, yo, Shana and Yasmine are ready with a new episode. And then follow us on Instagram at Girl I Got Questions TV. And then individually, where can they find you?
So you can find me at The Fashion Chase on both YouTube and Instagram.
And you can find me at Yasmine_Williams-Woods.
Yeah, so follow us on all these social platforms. Let's get into the question.
Yes.
What's our question of the week?
This week, we are discussing what would you have told your 20-year-old self, or you in your 20s, just 25s?
Child 25. So the thing about me when I was in my 20s, I guess I'll go first. The thing that was about me when I was in my 20s, it's like where I was at 21 and 25. And this may be for a lot of different people because I was graduating from undergrad and then law school. And in law school, like something shifted in me. And like I was no longer somebody who went out and hung out. I was like solely focused on the goal of law school and passing the bar. So I was born at 25, so I wouldn't tell her nothing because she was fine. Maybe I would. I think this may kind of go hand in hand, 21 and 25. I think what I would say is cherish the day. Cherish the day.
Yes.
I never drink. And never did drugs. Like I always had inhibitions. I always thought about the long run. I always thought about what I was gonna say before I said it. Like I almost envied my friends who were like drunk down people because they would just say what they was thinking. I'm like, girl, you can't. She's like, I did that. And of course the next day you may have to deal with some conversation, but at least on some level like you got it off your chest. And that was never really me. It was always like, okay, if I say this, then this is going to happen. I don't want to hurt this person's feelings. I don't want to do that. And so, of course, thinking about other people, thinking about how to affect yourself, making good decisions, making God proud, like denying self and self-sacrificing, those are important. And I think I wouldn't trade those skills, that muscle. But I was also an extremist. And so certain things I can think now, like in certain situations, I would have said what I was thinking instead of being so concerned all the time about all the things. What Jesus gonna think, what your mama gonna think, are you gonna get, like, I was concerned about having, because that really stemmed back to the fact that I thought that if you did everything as perfectly as possible, then you would have no pain and no trauma. A lot of the times, at least the message that I received.
Wow, girl, I need to be taking notes. I'm not even playing. Keep going though.
The messaging that I received growing up, I don't know if it was intentional or not, was that especially in Black communities, all these things were a result of bad decisions. So my mom got pregnant at 16, and so our life was great. But my mom would point out things in our life to say, well, I don't want you to get pregnant when you're 16 or when you're a teenager because these are the hardships that I have, or because this person was drinking and doing drugs, these are the poor decisions that they made, and because they spent money like this is why they always broke. And so I always thought like the cause and effect was, if you made perfect decisions, you'll have a perfect life. But, I mean, I'm not saying I made perfect decisions, but I made good decisions, the best decisions I could make at the time, even if it wasn't a decision I wanted to make. It was a decision I should have made, and it didn't turn out to be a perfect life. So sometimes I'm like, girl, you could have did that, and your life would still be the same. Now, some other stuff, like, ooh, good thing you didn't do that, baby girl.
Do that.
Right? Because your life would have been different.
Yeah.
And I think to 25, I didn't realize it until I was over it, but I was lonely at 25 and I wasn't depressed and I didn't have anxiety, so I didn't understand that loneliness leads to very similar emotions. Like I remember when I was 25, I talked to a guy who could never Okay, before 25 and after 25 could never get my attention. But I didn't realize I was lonely, and so I entertained things longer than I should have. Thank God, at some point he turned the light on and was like, sis, what are you doing? And I was like, nah, this ain't me. And I literally left his house and never went back. He was like, dang, what happened? I was just like, I came to myself. You know, that's what they talk about in the Bible, the prodigal son. I came to myself. And so I would just make my 25-year-old self be on guard about how loneliness can blur your decisions as well. So two sides to the same coin.
Yeah. It's interesting because I'm the opposite. It's the same story, but like opposite. I would tell my 19 was my favorite age. I know we talk about 20s, but I would throw 19 in there.
I wish I knew you at 19.
Girl
I wish I knew you at 19.
Fierce. Okay. That's like my most confident self, sure self. That's my girl. I need to channel her from time to time.
Yazzie.
So I would tell
Yazzie. I'm gonna call that.
Yes, my 19 to 24-year-old, because that switch happened at 25. Like, you're doing it, girl. Remember who you are. Keep doing, own it. Like, and never let this go. Who you are, never let it go. Because when I got to 25, like somewhere before there, I had really started to live my life with Christ as an adult. And so by the time I got to 25, Shana and I got married at 25. Then I became a mom of more children. Just like my life started changing in different ways. And so I started to do what your younger 20-year-old self did. And it was like, oh, I got to make sure I'm doing everything right. And just second thinking. I just went through years like, well, should I go there? Should I wear this? Should I say that? And it's like, girl, remember 19-year-old Yasmine? She did what she wanted. She said what she wanted. She thought what she wanted. And she just lived. And in that, like, I just feel like that was authentically God. Because, like, great things happened during that time. And just joy, good things happened. God was moving and working because I wasn't trying to control him and trying to make God look a certain way and sound a certain way and dress a certain way. It just was like raw. This is God. So I would tell my younger 20s, like, yes, girl, don't lose this. My 25 to probably 28, 29, like, girl, snap out of it. There is no such thing as perfect. And if there is or was outside of Jesus, you ain't it. So just let it go. So
yeah, I like that too. And it's interesting because I think people who know me personally would be surprised that I felt that way. And I wasn't a people pleaser. Like I would say all the time, I'm not passive aggressive, I'm aggressive aggressive. I'm very much so about having the hard conversations, choosing yourself first. Always. Like, I'm very much so in that, but then on the other hand, I thought it through. As I think it was a very mature, like people used to say, you're so mature. And as an adult, I value that trait I have innately. Yeah. But at 19, you kind of should just live a little, right? Yeah. And when it came to things where, like, I would go out, you know, I would dress, I didn't care about people's opinions, how I dressed or how I talked, or I was confident that I was smart. But when it came to things, I was like, ooh, I'm at a fork in the road. If I do this, I thought it all the way to the end. If I do that, I thought all the way to the end. I'm like, just thinking that far ahead, you always can see where problems arise instead of just doing what felt like, not felt good or felt fun, because that has a negative connotation. Right. You don't get pregnant. Right. But just like,
and you can have fun and not like sin, right? It's like and not rip your life apart.
That part. Yeah. I didn't know that. I was like, there is a level of fun you can have before you get to the sin part. And I think I made that box a lot smaller than it actually is. Like, no, you actually can do all these other things. Yes. And my mama used to say things like, which I actually never took this advice, but don't be the last girl to lead a party. Be mysterious to guys. And I just like idea of being like, and I never did that. But it's in the back of my mind of like, okay, you shouldn't have too much fun. You shouldn't stay too long. You shouldn't. And there is a balance to that as well. But my friends helped me balance it because I was like, y'all, let's go. And I was like, nah, we're going to stay. And I was like, oh, well, I guess we're staying, right? Yeah. So I don't know. That's something to like continue in therapy, I guess. I was never. It's even like my later 20s. It wasn't about pleasing others. It was just trying to,
live this life that I never seen lived. And I am naturally, like, I'm a 1 on the Enneagram. I am a perfectionist. That was, one of my things throughout school. So, like, now that my life is changing, I have to, like, make this thing perfect. I have to be a perfect mom and a perfect wife and a perfect Christian. And it's like, God called Yasmine to do those things. So you just got to be Yasmine. Because the more you try to be perfect, the less you're going to be Yasmine. And then we got a problem. Yeah.
Boom. That's a period poo on that. So y'all comment below, what things would you have told if you're in your 20s? We thought about a decade before. So if you're in your 20s, I mean, what would you tell your 10-year-old self? No. But maybe just generally your younger self, or in certain situations, if you think you could have made different decisions, better decisions, freer decisions, comment below. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, comment below. And I'm telling you, people read the comments. So there might be a 25-year-old reading through the comments right now, and she needs to hear your thoughts. She needs a word from you. Inspire the people.
Give the people a word, friends.
Yes.
Give them a word. All right, ladies, you know what time it is. It is Yasmine's favorite section, Faith, Filled, and Fabulous.
Yes, if you want to be fabulous, fill yourself with faith. And if you are filled with faith, congratulations, boo, because you are fabulous. So we are in week 2 of quarantining, which is our word from last week, ourselves. And a part of that, I've just been going back to books, reading, as I shared with you last week. But our staff, I work for a not-for-profit, a ministry, Young Life, and we are reading the Rabbi's Heartbeat. So, y'all, I highly recommend this. It will get your life, your soul. Okay. But I'm going to give us a little word from here this week. It's actually, this particular section is on one of my favorite scriptures found in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verses 9 through 10, or 9 and 10. There we go. And it reads, "But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why, for Christ's sake, I delight in weaknesses, in insults, in hardships, in persecutions." He like, bring it on, Paul. Like, bring all of it, because that's where God perfects his strength. Mm-hmm. In difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. The scripture speaks for itself. You ain't even got to add none to God's word. It's just so good. Find you a translation that works for you. But I know it's good, but I'm going to give y'all what he gives us in this text. And essentially what he's talking about in this chapter is that God is not keeping the score. He made us as imperfect beings, as like sinful individuals, like we were born into sin, right? He knows that. But so often we will try to hide our sin or deny our sin or just like conceal it in some way. And it's like, because we feel like, oh, I can't go to God till I get everything right. I can't submit until all is in order. Oh, I can't go to church yet because I was at my boo house last night or whatever. And it's like, why are you hiding from God? Yeah. He knows all of that. That is why we need him. And he wants that more than he wants your perfection. Going back to like the advice I would tell my older 20 self. He wants your imperfections all so badly. So take it to him, girl, because that is where perfection is. And hello, as a perfectionist, I need the perfection. So real quickly, I'm going to read you 2 quotes. The first one is from Thomas Merton. And it reads, "Quit keeping score altogether and surrender yourself with all your sinfulness to God, who sees neither the score nor the scorekeeper, but only his child redeemed by Christ." God is not seeing your filth, your mess. He sees you, his child, that he is obsessed with, that he is head over heels in love with. And the next quote is from the author himself, Brennan Manning. He writes, "Living out of the false self creates a compulsive desire to present a perfect image to the public so that everybody will admire us and nobody will know us."
Come on.
Right. Drop it. I ain't got no microphone, but drop the book. Yeah. I mean, because that is what happens so much in society. Everybody admires us, but nobody knows us. And that's what leads to loneliness. That's why you see celebrities or these people whom we feel like have made it in life, like commit suicide or, go to drugs and alcohol, lead to addictions, because everybody admires them, but nobody knows them. God wants to know you, and the real you, like, I don't know, we have our sins, we have our issues. So
yeah, and do you know yourself too? Like,
whew, that part.
That's a whole journey in and of itself, which God loves to help us explore.
Yes.
So I think that's great to just know that He is made strong in your weakness.
Yes.
And loves the imperfect parts of you.
Yeah. You don't have to do it in your own strength. You can't. Go ahead, be weak. Yeah. Be weak, black woman, because I know that's not what we hear. But with your God, be weak, honey, because that's where He's gonna be perfect.
Right. And an asterisk to that is what you think is weakness could actually be strength to Christ. Because I hate when people say, like, if you go to a funeral or something, like, how so and so doing? Like, oh, she was strong. What made you say that they were strong? Like the lack of crying or the ability to do the eulogy right? That I don't know if that's the right word to use in that, because weakness is seen as negative, but also God gives us a place to lament and grieve and be sad and be overwhelmed and take all our cares to Him, and He sees that as strength as well. So I don't know the right answer. That may be a therapist question, but what's the right word to that? Because our idea of weak and strong, I don't think align with based on what you just read, what Christ would define it.
I agree wholeheartedly. So, yes.
Y'all comment below what you think.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that? I don't know. I don't have a full thought or fully formulated thought yet.
Yeah, no, that was it, girl. That's all you need right there. That's well said. Because I would agree. I would assume, our ways are not His ways, our thoughts are not His thoughts, but His idea of strength is not what we think. Are you strong enough to trust the unknown, to trust what you cannot see? Are you strong enough to be vulnerable, to not have it all together? I think those things culturally that we find are weak are what God is like, yes, that's my child right there.
That's my child right there. Mama, proud of you.
Yes.
You're doing great, sweetie. So yes, we love that. Well, thank you for that word today. And of course, we'll put all the information about the scripture in the description box.
Yeah. This is the I Rise segment where we honor a woman who asked and answered the hard questions in her life so we wouldn't have to in our lives. Who are we honoring this week?
All right, guys. So we are honoring my friend Barbara Smith Conrad. Okay, Barbara Smith Conrad. I love her because she was born August 11th, the day before my birthday. At this point, it's all about my birthday. No.
Clearly, everything at all times.
Yes, Leo's.
My birthday's in a couple of weeks, so we're going to skip to August.
Listen, she didn't make it about her birthday too, didn't it?
Right.
But okay, Barbara Conrad was born on August 11th, and she was an American opera singer.
Okay.
Right? I thought she was so cool. Like, she actually was in a documentary called When I Rise, which was played in 2011 or released in 2011, which is how I learned more about her. But I thought, wow, that is really interesting to be an opera singer, because we can sing.
Right, proving what's possible.
Yes.
I am here for. Show the people something different. We are not one-dimensional, baby.
Honey, we got a lot going on.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really interesting as well, because I thought, opera, that's really a small slithering of the community or nation that are either even into opera, and then even being black is like cutting that down so small.
For sure.
So of course she faced a lot of backlash. She actually performed in the Metro Opera, and she was an educator and she was a co-director of a program, but also when she was in college she was the lead singer in this opera, and then they actually pulled her from that performance with the University of Texas at Austin as a result of pressure on the school administration from the Texas legislature. So that was in 1957. Hopefully, I don't know, opera singers, if you're watching this, let me know if it's still going on today. But she was the best. She was performing. They pulled her performance, but she did not let that stop her. She still went on to perform professionally and even started a school for other opera singers. So shout out to Barbara Smith Conrad.
Yes,
and she did pass away in 2017 at the age of 79, but she lived a full life.
Yeah.
So yes, Barbara Smith Conrad is our woman of the day.
Well, let's give her 2 snaps and a slay.
All right, Miss Conrad, here we go. Ready? 2 snaps and a slay. Thank you, Miss Conrad, for asking and answering the hard questions so we wouldn't have to. All right, we're bringing back an oldie but a goodie Pit bulls and poodles. I talk about this all the time on my stories because people didn't believe my first one. And I'm showing y'all, like, yo, they give me the kitchen sink. And so today, we both have really similar pet peeves that we just want to air out in this safe space on our little corner of the internet. What's your pit bull? What's your pet peeve?
It is around grammar, which I'm cool. Like, I love words, I love writing, whatever, all the things. However, and so I don't really care because I choose my vernacular. Sometimes you're going to get educated. Sometimes you're going to get whatever. Right, period.
You speak a lot of languages. Yeah.
Right. Yes. So I'm not tripping on however you talk, wherever you're from. Do your thing, be you. But I cringe when people, not even people, when my children say the instead of the. And let me tell you why it drives me crazy, okay? Because my children went into kindergarten knowing the difference between the and the. If the next word does not start with a vowel, baby, you say the, okay? They come home from their little school, and now every time they see THE, it's the. And I'm just like, no. But they don't want to listen to me. They got to listen to the teacher. I'm over it. It's not it is the. I can't read the little books when I'm doing homework. It stresses me out. I'm over it, y'all. I can't.
It's the, not the.
Please.
Okay, unless you're in the King James or Shakespeare, maybe.
Yeah.
All right. I think I've never actually heard people say the for real. So. Yeah, they go to a bougie school.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. I feel like you're trying too hard. You're trying to sound intelligent, but really you're showing that you're not because it's the.
All right, and finish, period. Okay, so mine is also about grammar, which is funny, but it was not planned. I don't like when people don't say ly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like, oh, you going so slowly. You're actually going slowly. And so I feel like just go ahead and add the ly.
Yeah.
Especially if you Twitter thug, you internet trying to get somebody together. And I'm not the grammar police. Like there are just certain things that just get under your skin. I'm like, go off in the comments, but make sure you add the ly when appropriate. That's what I'm trying to say. And correct yourself. Like earlier today I can't remember what I said, but I said something and I corrected myself. It's supposed to be ly at the end, Lee. Mm-hmm. And so on Instagram, we will put the grammatical rules about when to use the and the, and when to add the ly on Lee.
Educate and empower.
Right. So then you can say that you chose intelligently to either say the.
Did you choose intelligent or you chose intelligently?
Intelligently. You chose intelligently about when to use what form. And if you refuse to use it, you're breaking the rule on purpose and not because you're ignorant of the way to use the American
language.
Which
is totally acceptable if it's a choice.
The American English, because it's different in other places. English generally is trash. But if we're going to use it, at least do the best we can with what we got.
Please.
Yeah, so those are our pet peeves this week on Poodles, see what I'm saying? Poodles and Pit Bulls.
This is Gas Me Up. Y'all, this is everybody's favorite segment where we talk about the songs that are gassing us up, getting us through for the week. It's for the girl out there who's screaming, hey, in her Instagram story, Snapchat, whatever you have. So I want you to hop in the comments. Let us know, what's your song? What's your jam? Let us know. We'll take a listen. What is your Gas Me Up song for the week?
Okay, so last week I really enjoyed doing some throwbacks.
Yes.
And I feel like I want to kind of keep that same energy. So I'm going to do both. I'm going to give you two. Both of the Pharrell and Jay-Z songs back in the day, okay? They both was my hits.
Listen to the play space with the cars up all trust.
Okay, excuse me, miss.
Yes, thank you, sorry.
And Frontin'. Those were both, like, when I tell you they both was my jam. And they made me feel like this is how a relationship's going to be. They lied. I won't say they lied, but it has not come into fruition yet. But at least it was just, felt. They lied. As an expert, they lied.
A little far-fetched. They exaggerated the truth.
They exaggerated. Mm-hmm. I mean, but he might have 2 dishwashers, got 1 chef, 1 maid. I'm like, I can live like that. Okay, I can live like that. So, Excuse Me Miss and Frightened from Pharrell and Jay-Z are my Gas Me Up songs of the week. You got a 2-for-1 for me. What about you?
I love it. So, it's my righteous week, and I've been giving y'all black music because y'all tried to come for me. And so, y'all, this is my song. I go in, like I snap. It's all encompassing of every lament I've ever had. And the song is I Told the Storm by, let me make sure I'm saying this, Greg O'Quinn.
Girl. I don't even know who sang the song.
That is, right, that's why I was like, what's his name?
Who knows who sang the song? But the song is,
you have, like, for real. I don't advise y'all to ever stop the video, but I would be okay if you press pause, went and played the song, and came back and let us know what you think.
It's a bomb song. So, yeah, I mean, can't even argue with that. Like, that's the classic.
Classic. Yes. Every time.
Yes. So, thank you for those. We gave you 3 for the price of 2 this week. About to get 1 free, I guess. So we hope you guys are enjoying that. And if you need a little pick me up, a little energy, go listen to our songs.
All right, y'all. This is the Fashion Foreteller segment, and it is where my girl Shana gives us all the latest trends. What you got for us this week?
All right, guys. So today we are talking about vests, and we actually are standing because I want Yasmine to try on these vests so I can show you guys the differences. So the first vest is going to be this little short one. Let's see if we can get it on you here. It doesn't match your outfit, even though it is. She does have a good little neutral fit on. But I wanted to talk about this vest. This is a traditional vest from like a 3-piece suit type of thing. And that 3-piece suiting is really coming back in style. So the short vest that you can wear on top of a sweater, you can wear on top of a button down. It's really men's inspired. It's a really great dress. A really great vest. Remember, this normally would hit right above the hips, so it's a little bit longer her, but you don't want to hit right at the hips where your pants start. That's the first one, which is a shorter vest, which is also really coming into style. So our second vest, we'll take that one off and switch and put this one on. Okay, so, and I'm just going to put this down here, guys.
These buttons.
And so, yeah, isn't this one cute? This is a vintage vest. But this one is really cute. If you follow a lot of British people, fashion British people, they call it a gilet or something like that.
Gilet.
Maybe that's a French word. I don't know, child. I'm not that cultured. But this one is a longer lined vest. And so this one, again, gives you a little bit more coverage. It looks a little bit more effortless. Like, I'm just going to throw this on top of the outfit I have on. And it has, again, these cute buttons. And so when we do something like this, we want to look for some embellishment, something that's interesting. It hits a little bit longer, so it's going to cover you as long as almost like a long sweater would cover you. So that's our second option. And then let's go to our last option here. And thank you. I'll take this. I'm just going to put it down, guys. No worries. And this one is our longest vest. And so this one is more of the robe style vest. Usually these have a belt to go with it. They're almost, sometimes they're called sleeveless trench coats. And so the belt can be torn in the back. So turn around a little bit. It can be tied in the back like this, you know, and just kind of, again, looks like a trench coat. But we also can tie it in the front. So turn to the front. We can wrap it. This can also be a dress. So if you get it a little bit oversized, it's similar to the white dress that she had on a couple weeks ago when we did black and white. So it almost could be just tied here, just like to the side.
Oh,
like a
I
little
love
dress.
this.
And so this one's longer. So you see the first one was hitting your hips. The second one was absolutely going to be like a third layer. And the last one's going to be really long like a dress. And so this one is really cool if you want to have something that can be used lots of different ways. You can wear it as a vest, you can wear it as a dress, you can wear it on lots of different occasions, almost like a trench coat. So I wanted to talk about those 3 lengths of vests today because as you're shopping and as you're noticing these trends and how vests are coming back, I wanted to give you options on how you can style those in your everyday world.
Yes, well, thank you,
You're
honey.
welcome.
If y'all don't buy this piece, your girl might. Yeah, thank you so much. So, y'all, thank you for watching this week's episode of Girl, I Got Questions TV.
All right, and our show is for the woman who is empowered, who is ready to conquer the world, and who wants to do it in style. And we want you to be
That woman.